There is a battle happening inside your mind, and most people do not even realize they are losing it. It does not look like a battle. There are no weapons, no enemy standing in front of you, no warning. It happens quietly, one notification at a time, one scroll at a time, one unnecessary video, one meaningless conversation, one moment when you know exactly what you should be doing, but you choose something easier instead. And slowly, without noticing it, you lose control of the most valuable thing you possess, your attention. Think about your morning. You wake up, before your feet even touch the floor, your hand reaches for your phone. You check the time, then a message, then another notification, then social media. One video becomes 5 minutes become 20, and before your day has even started, your mind already belongs to everyone, except you. You know what other people are doing. You know what happened overnight. You know who posted something, who liked something, who traveled somewhere, who bought something, who achieved something. But you have not asked yourself one simple question: what do I need to do today? This is the world we live in, a world constantly fighting for your attention. Every application wants it. Every advertisement wants it. Every platform wants it. Every notification is designed to pull you away from wherever you are. And when this happens long enough, something dangerous begins to change inside you. You lose the ability to stay with one thing. You sit down to work. 5 minutes later, you want your phone. You start reading. Your mind wants another stimulus. You try to study. Suddenly, you remember something completely unrelated. You try to sit quietly. Silence becomes uncomfortable. You try to work toward your goals. But your brain begins whispering. Check your phone. Watch something. Eat something. Look at something. Do anything except stay here. And then you tell yourself, I have no discipline. I am lazy. I cannot focus. But perhaps that is not the whole truth. Perhaps your mind has simply been trained in the wrong direction. Every time you obey distraction, you strengthen distraction. Every time you interrupt your work to check your phone, you teach your mind that discomfort must be escaped. Every time boredom appears and you immediately search for stimulation, you teach yourself that silence is something to fear. And after thousands of repetitions, you wonder why you cannot concentrate. But understand this: your mind became distracted through training, and it can become disciplined through training. You are not permanently this way, but you must take responsibility for what you repeatedly allow into your mind, because attention is not a small thing. Your attention becomes your thoughts. Your thoughts become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits shape your character. And your character shapes your life. So if you cannot control your attention, how can you control your future? Look at the people who achieve extraordinary things. Athletes, artists, writers, entrepreneurs, monks, masters of their craft. They may live completely different lives, but they share one ability. They can stay. They stay when something becomes difficult. They stay when excitement disappears. They stay when progress becomes slow. They stay when nobody is watching. They stay when the mind says, enough. They understand something most people never learn. The ability to focus is the ability to suffer without escaping. Not physical suffering, mental discomfort, boredom, repetition, uncertainty, frustration, doing the same movement again, reading the same page again, practicing the same skill again, showing up again, and again, and again. This is where mastery is created. Not in excitement, in repetition. Imagine a martial artist practicing one movement thousands of times. To an outsider, it looks boring. Why repeat the same movement? Why not learn something new? Why not do something more exciting? But the master understands. Repetition creates precision. Prevention creates control. Control creates power. The beginner constantly searches for something new. The master goes deeper into what appears simple. That principle applies to your life. You do not necessarily need another productivity technique, another motivational video, another book, another morning routine, another app, another secret. Maybe you simply need to do the thing you already know you should do, for longer than your distracted mind wants to do it. That is discipline. Discipline is not screaming at yourself. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is the quiet ability to say, "This is what matters. I will stay here." Your phone vibrates. Stay, your mind wanders. Return, you become bored. Stay, you feel uncomfortable. Stay, you want instant results. Stay, because every time you return your attention, you are strengthening something inside yourself. You are teaching your mind, I decide where we go. Not the notification, not the impulse, not the algorithm, not boredom, not fear. I decide. That is freedom. People often think freedom means doing whatever you feel like doing. But if every impulse controls you, are you really free? If you cannot stop scrolling, are you free? If you cannot sit alone with your thoughts, are you free? If every notification commands your attention, are you free? If you promise yourself you will work for 1 hour but quit after 10 minutes, who is actually in control? Freedom requires self-control. Otherwise, you are simply being controlled by whatever feeling appears next. This is why ancient disciplines placed such importance on stillness. Sit, breathe, observe, do nothing. It sounds easy, try it. Sit somewhere without your phone. No music, no television, no conversation, no scrolling. Just you. Within minutes, the mind begins moving. You remember things, you worry, you become restless. You reach toward your pocket without even thinking. That reaction teaches you something. Your mind has become accustomed to constant stimulation. And what constantly stimulated minds fear most is silence. Because silence removes distraction. And when distraction disappears, you meet yourself, your fears, your doubts, your unfinished work, your ambitions, your regrets, your responsibilities. This is why many people constantly stay busy, not because they have too much to do, but because they are uncomfortable being alone with themselves. Noise becomes an escape. Scrolling becomes an escape. Entertainment becomes an escape. Even overthinking becomes an escape. But eventually there comes a moment when you must stop running, turn everything off, sit with yourself, and ask, where is my life going? Not where does Instagram say it should go, not where your friends are going, not where society tells you to go. Where are you going? What kind of person are you becoming? What are you building? What are you avoiding? What are you sacrificing your attention for? Because every day you are making a trade. You are trading hours of your life for something. Some people trade their hours for knowledge, some for health, some for mastery, some for relationships, some for meaningful work, and some trade thousands of hours for content they cannot even remember the next morning. Think about that. An hour sounds small, but 1 hour every day is 365 hours every year. Do that for 5 years, and you have given away more than 1800 hours. What could you build in 1800 focused hours? What language could you learn? What body could you create? What skill could you master? What business could you start? How many books could you read? How much stronger could your mind become? Your life is not disappearing in years. It is disappearing in minutes, tiny moments, small decisions. I'll just check this quickly. I'll start tomorrow. I'll watch one more. I don't feel like doing it today. This is how dreams disappear. Rarely through one massive failure, usually through thousands of small distractions. You keep thinking you have time. Next week, next month, next year. But life does not stop while you are distracted. The clock continues moving, and one day, you may look back and realize that the person you could have become was lost between notifications, excuses, and comfort. Do not let that happen. Wake up. Your attention is your life. Protect it. You do not need to throw away your phone. You do not need to disappear into a mountain. You need boundaries. When you work, work. When you rest, rest. When you speak with someone, be there. When you eat, eat. When you train, train. Walk. When you walk, walk. Stop living 5 lives at the same time. You are working while checking messages, watching something while scrolling, eating while watching videos, talking to someone while thinking about something else. Your body is always somewhere, but your mind is rarely there with it. This creates a strange kind of exhaustion. You are constantly consuming information, but rarely fully experiencing anything. Slow down. Choose one thing. Give yourself completely to it. That simple practice can change your mind. The next time you sit down to work, place your phone somewhere you cannot casually reach it. Then choose one task, not 10, one, and give it 30 minutes. Your mind will resist. Good, stay. You may feel the urge to check something. Notice it. Do not obey it. Let the urge rise. Let it stay. Then let it pass. This is training. You do not strengthen your body by avoiding resistance. You strengthen it by working against resistance. The mind is the same. Every resisted distraction is a repetition. Every moment of focus is a repetition. Every time you choose long-term purpose over short-term stimulation, you become stronger. At first, 30 minutes may feel difficult. Then it becomes normal. Then 45 minutes. Then an hour. Slowly, your ability to concentrate returns. But there is something else you must understand. You must learn to become bored again. Boredom is not your enemy. Boredom is a doorway. When you stop filling every empty second with stimulation, your mind begins creating again. Ideas appear. Problems become clearer. Memories return. Your imagination wakes up. You begin noticing things. The sky, the sound around you, your breathing, other people, your own thoughts. Some of humanity's greatest ideas were not born while someone was scrolling through endless information. They appeared in moments of space, walking, sitting, thinking, observing. Give your mind room. You do not need input every second. Sometimes, your mind needs silence so it can process everything you have already given it. And when silence feels uncomfortable, do not run. Stay. There is strength waiting behind that discomfort. There is another form of distraction that is even more dangerous than your phone. Logan. Comparison. You watch someone else's life, their success, their body, their money, their relationship, their lifestyle, their progress. Then suddenly your own life feels insufficient. You were peaceful 5 minutes ago. Now you feel behind. Nothing about your actual life changed. Only your attention changed. You moved your attention from your path to theirs. Return. Their journey is not your responsibility. Your journey is. You cannot build yourself while constantly measuring yourself against strangers. Focus on your training. Focus on your work. Focus on your family. Focus on your mind. Focus on what is directly in front of you. There is enormous power in becoming unavailable to unnecessary noise. You don't need to respond immediately. You don't need to know everything happening online. You don't need to participate in every conversation. You don't need an opinion about everything. You don't need everybody to understand what you are doing. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is become quiet, step away, and work. Let people wonder, let them misunderstand, let them chase attention. You chase mastery, because the world rewards people who can direct their energy. Scattered energy creates scattered results. Focused energy becomes force. Think about sunlight, spread across the world. It warms your skin. Concentrated through a lens, it can create fire. Your mind is the same, scattered across 20 different things. It produces very little, concentrated on one meaningful objective. It becomes powerful. That is what you are trying to recover, not motivation. Power, the power to choose where your mind goes, the power to say no, the power to finish what you start, the power to sit through discomfort, the power to ignore what does not matter, the power to live deliberately. Start small. Tomorrow morning, do not give the world your mind immediately. Wake up, leave the phone alone. Take 10 minutes, breathe. Nashtit, walk, bromate, Nate. Think. Ask yourself, what matters today? Choose the most important thing. Then protect time for it. When you begin, remove distractions. And work. You do not need to feel motivated. You do not need perfect energy. You do not need the perfect environment. Begin when the mind says, later. Begin when it says, this is boring. Continue when it says, check your phone. Stay when it says, you've done enough. Ask yourself whether you really have, because there are two versions of you being created every day. One version obeys every impulse. The other develops command over those impulses. One seeks comfort. The other develops strength. One constantly consumes. The other creates. One watches people live. The other lives. One says, I'll start when I feel ready. The other understands. I become ready by starting. Which person wins? The one you train. Your future will not be determined by what you want once. It will be determined by what you repeatedly choose. And understand, discipline does not mean you never become distracted. Even a trained mind wanders. The difference is that a disciplined person notices and returns. That is all. Return. You lost focus? Return. You wasted yesterday? Return. You spent the entire morning scrolling? Return. You broke your routine? Return. Stop turning one mistake into a week of mistakes. Do not waste energy hating yourself. Use that energy to come back again and again and again. This is mastery, not perfection. Return. Every time you return, you are proving that distraction does not own you. Your past does not own you. Your habits do not own you. Your impulses do not own you. You still have the ability to choose. Maybe you have wasted months. Maybe years. It does not matter. This moment is still yours. Right now, you can close the distraction. You can put down the phone. You can open the book. You can begin training. You can make the call. You can finish the work. You can take the walk. You can sit in silence. You can begin rebuilding your attention. Do not underestimate what could happen if you gave one goal your complete focus for the next year. Not 10 goals, one direction. Imagine waking up and knowing exactly what matters. Imagine no longer needing constant stimulation. Imagine being able to sit quietly without anxiety. Imagine working for hours without reaching for your phone every few minutes. Imagine becoming someone who keeps promises to themselves. That person is not impossible. That person is simply trained. And training starts with the next decision. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not January. The next decision. When this video ends, you will have a choice. You can immediately search for another video. Another piece of motivation. Another burst of stimulation. Or you can stop. Turn the screen off. Sit quietly for 1 minute. And ask yourself, what am I avoiding? You probably already know the answer. There is something you need to do, something you have delayed, something your future depends on. Go do it, not perfectly, not dramatically, quickly, begin. Because your life does not need more distraction. It needs direction. Your mind does not need more stimulation. It needs stillness. Your dreams do not need more promises. They need action. Your future does not need another excuse. It needs you, Funfisit's present. disciplined, awake. Remember this: the world will never stop trying to take your attention. There will always be another notification, another video, another trend, another argument, another person asking for your energy, another reason to postpone your own life. You cannot control the noise, but you can control whether you answer it. You can close the door. You can put the phone down. You can return to your path. You can train your mind. And one day, the things that once controlled you will no longer have power over you. The phone will ring. You won't move. A notification will appear. You won't care. Boredom will arrive. You will stay. Difficulty will come. You will continue. Other people will run toward the next distraction, and you will remain exactly where you need to be, defocused, calm, unshaken, because the strongest mind is not the mind that never hears the noise. It is the mind that hears everything and still chooses what deserves its attention. Your attention is your power, or your attention is your time. Your attention is your future. Your attention is your life. Stop giving it away. Take it back. And when your mind asks, "Where are we going now?" you answer, "Where I decide."